What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Golden here, back with yet another new video, the first one in about 8 months. But we are back, and oh boy, am I excited for this one. We are back on Worldbox today, this time doing a Avatar Battle Royale. So let me show it off really quick. I just got this set up. By the way, this map is not mine. I will be linking the download down below for where you can download this map. It's on the Steam Workshop. But I got it all set up here with the Earth Nation, the Air Nation. I also know these aren't all their names, like the proper names, but I don't care enough. The Water Nation and the Fire Nation. As always, I'm gonna make sure that we have stuff like revolutions turned on and just chaos. I want to see chaos like we used to have. But yes, I'm so excited. Let me know right now, down in the comments down below. Who do you have winning? Do you have the Fire Nation? Do you have the Earth Nation? Do you have the Air Nation? Or do you have the Water Nation? Let me know. And yeah, let me just go check these settings real quick, and we will get right into it. And without further ado, without further ado, let's get right into it. Turn this puppy up to, let's say, 3 times speed. We want to see it, grow a little bit pretty quickly, but nothing too crazy. Also, just so everyone knows, this is the world laws. We have rebellions. I'm also going to turn on diplomacy. So we have diplomacy, we have rebellions, we have kingdom expansion, we have stealing borders, we have civ babies, obviously, and we have armies turned on. We also have hunger and old age, as well as animal spawn, animal babies, grow grass, random seeds, and all this other beautiful stuff. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. Press start. Let's get right on in here. By the way, if there are other kingdoms that pop up like this that aren't meant to be here at the very start, I am just going to delete them. There may have been some leftover population from the original map maker, so I don't want that. Let me just go delete some people if I can. If not, that's fine. We can let that one stay, I suppose, for at least a little bit. Yeah, so we'll just let him stay. Assuming he doesn't take over the entire map, that shouldn't be that big of a deal. We're going to get rid of that one, though, as well as this one. Okay, we got rid of those guys, too. Fantastic. And now, here we go. Off we go to the races. Early on, not going to see a big pull away. That's something that I always noticed. You don't really see, a country pull away too rapidly here. But over time, you definitely do see them start to pull out. I can't tell. Is that his own nation? It is. Okay, we're getting rid of them. I could not tell. They had, such a similar nation, or, color. I couldn't tell if they were the same as the Water Nation, but they weren't. So, unpause. I'm just going to keep an eye out for that right now. Just because I did place a few extra people around the map on accident. So, I want to eliminate them. I tried to place about 7 to 8 each. For each nation. Some may have 1 or 2 more like we see here. Some may have just a few less, but overall pretty balanced. And yeah, so if I'm gonna make a prediction, I'm gonna guess, I think the Earth Nation is gonna win just because of their positioning, right? They have a very strong position here. Just in the middle of map, they can go north, they can go south, they can go a little bit east. They can't really go west. You have the Fire Nation right there, but you have some mobility these other nations don't have. Also, let me turn on the desktop audio so that way you guys can hear this beautiful, beautiful music that is totally great to hear. But yeah, so early on though, I will say Water Nation and Air Nation pulling up with some big population growth. Now, I will say we probably won't see a whole lot happen too early on, so I am actually going to bump this up to 5 speed and just keep an eye out on this top left-hand corner here. That way we can see if any wars break out or whatever. But yeah, for the most part, I'm probably just going to skip a good chunk of this right now until something interesting happens. So I'll see you guys then. So I just pulled up the village view, and all these nations still only have 1 village. And as I showed, there are other, there is the ability to expand. There is the ability of kingdom expansion via villages. So the fact that they haven't done that yet, little bit interesting. I do wonder when we'll start to see new villages pop up. Obviously, for nations like the Water Nation and the Air Nation, it could be a little bit difficult, but for nations like the Fire Nation and Earth Nation, again, I know those aren't their actual names in the anime. My apologies. I did not care to do that. But like, Earth Nation and Fire Nation, those are the two that I would expect to get new villages set up immediately. But actually, first one that seems to have gotten a new village is actually oh my gosh, I'm blanking. The Water Nation. There we go. Yeah, they got a new one with How. I don't know if that's how that's gonna be pronounced, but that's how I'll pronounce it. How. By the way, I'm not renaming their villages. I don't care enough to rename the villages. So just a heads up. But now that's quickly followed by the Earth Nation popping up their second village. I'm not even gonna bother with pronouncing that. But yeah, early on, really obviously not too much changing right now. Also, I do want to point out there are no like natural predators on these maps. I make it pretty much to where only the nations on map have the ability to wipe each other out. I don't want like a random super plague to come in or whatever, or for a bear to just fuck them up early game. So I never place those just because it's not worth potentially ruining the game. I did just see there was an alliance formed, so let's go check that out if I can find that, because oh my god, am I bad at this. Alliances list, there we go. Darkness Treaty, who does that feature? It features the Water Nation and the Air Nation. Okay. Long ago, the four nations lived in harmony. That was until the Fire Nation attacked. Oh, speaking of Fire Nation, they have their second ever village with Asina popping up here. Okay. So just early on, let's get an overview of population. Air Nation still chilling at 25. By the way, I did try to give everybody pretty even resources. You can see there's like some good minerals over here. I don't know if that reached on here actually, but I did try. I did give it an honest attempt. I will actually link these pieces of land just a little bit. That way they can get these resources, because I do feel bad. You know, if they can't reach those, that's not really fair. I don't want them being held back and potentially eliminated because of that. So I'll let them get at least a little bit set up over there, and then I'm going to break this again. I'm going to get rid of this and put some shallow water in its place again. Oh, that immediately fucked up. Whoopsies. I lied. My bad, Air Nation. I figured that you guys would be alright with that, but I guess not. I'm actually shocked with the Water Nation, by the way, because as you can see down here, it looks very icy. So the fact that they are doing pretty well actually is very impressive to me. I know Earth Nation is kind of running away with it. Oh, shit. Everybody's out of war with the Earth Nation, actually, because Water Nation declared war on them. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. I was just about to say, Earth Nation doing really good at expanding. But I guess the Water Nation, which is the furthest nation from them, decided to go to war. Let's see how that goes. I don't think anybody has boats yet. How do I check that? Oh my gosh. I'm pretty confident no one here has boats, actually. So I actually have no idea how that's gonna be fought for a while. This very well could just be like a pointless war that doesn't actually have any result. Or it could be a very quick game. Or it could be very fast. If Earth Nation gets a boat, they could wipe out everybody here pretty much. Because they could just island hop. And they don't really have any direct competition. Fire Nation really needs to develop some boats. They're like the best shot right now that the world has at it. But yeah. As of right, so yeah, by the way, this is the alliance layer. So the Darkness Treaty, which now features the Fire Nation too, instead of just the water and air. They're at war with the Earth Nation. So this becomes very interesting to me, very quick. Also, I do wonder, like, what the is culture? Oh, that's cool. So I don't play this game that much. I haven't played it since the last recording, actually, of it, like almost a year ago. So it's been a bit. It's been a bit, guys. But yeah, I still don't see any boats. We still are at 5 times speed, just because I do want this to not take a year and a half. So once we get some conflict, or at least somebody gets a boat, like genuinely anybody get a boat, please. And this will be so interesting so quick.
Huh?
So Earth Nation, by the way, continuing their expanse up north, it really feels like, because these are all connected pieces, they really could go all the way here and all the way up to this point right around here, and pretty much control the entire mid-map here, which would be very bad for everybody else, because that would just be such a strong foothold early on for, well, the Earth Nation. So they really need to get their shit together. These guys need to get technology developed ASAP to actually even stand a chance, because right now they don't. Just straight up, they have no shot right now. If this was to go down right this second, would not matter. They would not, like, if anyone had boats here, the Earth Nation, I think, wins. Like, you need, especially if you're like Fire Nation, or honestly Air Nation, if Air Nation can break up to here, they have a whole chance again. But they really need to get a move on. Because what they're doing right now is just there's no one is developed well technologically, and that is gonna screw them long term, for sure. Oh, we have the first boats. Who do those belong to? Earth Nation. That's bad. Okay, I just noticed that there was a boat going around, and that looks okay. So Earth Nation and Air Nation both have boats now. Okay, I wonder if everyone else is caught up to that. I don't see any boats around Fire Nation. Oh, maybe. Hold on. Okay, they do actually. So I assume at this point everybody has a boat then. Yeah, Water Nation probably right down here. Yeah, okay. So everyone has access to boats now. That is the first major technological step that we've seen in a minute. And it looks like they might be trying to set up a village down here. I don't know if that's what that is, but that's kind of what that looks like to me. That'd be good for Air Nation, to be honest. That'd be pretty good. The big thing I would say, all these nations, they need to expand. Like, Earth Nation has so much land to grow onto that no one else has. Which is just unfortunate off of how the actual Avatar map was built. Because, like, yeah, that's just unlucky, right? Earth Nation in the anime had control over all this shit. So that's just unfortunate. But yeah, if you're these guys, you need to expand. Looks like, okay, they just dropped off. It looks like, I can't tell if those look like soldiers. So it looks like they're just going to war. Yep, they're going. That is Water Nation going to war with Earth Nation. That seems like a bad invasion. I think they just got fucking all killed. Yeah, they all just died. Like, literally, there was no point in doing that. I think, guys, okay, first, for Water Nation, first village off their main island has just been established. That's huge, actually. That's like a really big thing. Leovo with 4 pop has been established. That's big. Absolutely massive, actually, because that's the first village, period, that we have seen thus far from any of these nations that is disconnected from, like, the mainland that they started on. So that's really awesome, actually. Let's see. Does this continue? It looks like Water Nation, they're sending a lot of guys around, actually. I wonder. Okay, so we have more fights coming up here. It looks like they are trying to raid a little village, mayhaps. And they just took over one, actually. Earth Nation just lost the village. Water Nation now has their population gain. So Water Nation, they like, I don't know if you saw the boat. I wasn't paying that much attention. I was very fascinated by this. But the boat pretty much lapped around here, went through like these waters, kind of just dropped off a bunch of guys right around this point, and they just absolutely ransacked this village. Water Nation now has the upper hand. I would say this entire alliance has the upper hand now. And that is absolutely massive. Because now it's just the Water Nation. They're on a super big offensive. Air Nation being attacked now. And Water Nation just dropped off some guys. But Earth Nation, yeah, going after Air. It looks like Air is going to hold that off. Let me see. Oh, maybe not, actually. Those are some guys. Okay, I think, yep, Air Nation just got destroyed. So we have our first Elim. Air Nation is dead. So we are not going to get Air Nation a win. So if you predicted that in the comments, sorry, you lost. So now it's Fire Nation, Earth Nation, and Water Nation. Hello, Holly. How can I help you? My dog is hanging out right here, and she just hit my chair. I don't know what her problem is. But yeah, I mean, that is massive. Fire Nation really needs to get a move on. I wonder if these islands aren't big enough, maybe. I know, like, it's technically not fair to do this, but, like, I did this in other videos, so I don't really have that big of an issue in doing it. I'm just going to expand these up a little bit. That way, because I do remember, like, in this game, for whatever reason, if the island isn't big enough by, like, measurement, they don't settle it. For whatever reason it is, I don't know, but they just don't. So yeah, we're gonna like seed that with some grass, I guess. Yeah, just like that. I'm not gonna put too much down, just a little bit, and water it, and we'll see how this goes. Let me just. There we go. Okay, we got another fight up here. So I want to pause really quick, get in on this. Let me slow it down. And it looks like, yeah, so right around like this, I'm not going to use geographical terms. This, a point right here is a big brawl actually going down right now. I can't tell really who's winning. It looks like Earth Nation is. It looks like Earth Nation is absolutely killing them. But I cannot tell for sure. Definitely is what happened. And it looks like Earth Nation, oh, they might take it. Okay, they take back that village that they lost to Water Nation. So that's a big get back. But it looks like another... Is that another water village? I mean, Water Nation attack party. It is. They're going after the capital. This could be really bad. If they capture this, okay. Wait, Earth Nation actually held them off. Okay. That's huge. For Earth Nation, that's absolutely massive. Because that could have been really, really, really bad. It looks like they're going for a second round, though. And they break the... So Water Nation just took the capital of Earth Nation. Earth Nation now is broken in two. It looks like they're about to lose this southern village, too, right here. And they will. So now Earth Nation pushed heavily onto their back foot here. And it looks like, honestly, it looks like giving up this village, which was a strategic move out of the Water Nation. Kind of worked as like a distraction almost, you know, pulled a bunch of troops up north, and then they were able to land some guys on the western shores. And now it looks like they have some guys getting dropped off here, maybe? I can't really tell what's happening here. It just looks like this boat is broken, but, yeah. Doesn't look like there's any conflict. But there's definitely a Water Nation boat that is in the Earth Nation's thing. Oh, wait, they pieced out, actually. Oh, shit. They pieced out. Oh my god. Okay. And then new Earth Nation village just popped up. That's a huge win for Water Nation. Genuinely massive W. Yeah, I mean, they are just looking dominant here. But like, okay. So Earth Nation now really just recuperating. So the Fire Nation's treaty with the Water Nation just broke apart. So yeah, so the Darkness Treaty, which was the treaty between Fire Nation and Water Nation, just dissolved. So as of what I can tell, and I'll double check this right now, there are no alliances right now. So we really could see anything happen here. Fire Nation very loyal right now. Water Nation, I mean, they just had big wins, so all their villages are loyal. And I mean, Earth Nation has a little bit of risk here right now. And the fact that it's not connected to capital and like all the distance and everything, not very happy. They're one of their further villages, so that could be bad. But Water Nation thriving right now. And now you almost have to like work together with your Fire Nation and Earth Nation to take over water. Because this is dangerous right now. Also, I just realized we are in the era where everything freezes over. I forgot about those. Forgot about those ages. Let me just next. We're just gonna keep Age of Hope as our only age. Is that the fun age? Wait. A village just was destroyed. What do you mean? Oh, because it froze over. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. But yeah, Water Nation, I mean, they're absolutely dominant. They just founded another village. I mean, legitimately, they're looking like what I was kind of expecting Earth Nation to look like. Oh my god, speaking of, they're at war. Okay. Earth Nation rapidly just took over one of the villages here. Let me go see. Actually, I want to pull up village view so that way we can keep track of, you know, the names and all that. Liovo just got taken over by Earth Nation. But here comes Water Nation looking to attack. It looks like their capital. And yeah, I mean, this could be bad. Water Nation looks like they're going to take, actually. They're going to take that capital, barring a last-second comeback. No, they do. Earth Nation, now pretty much on their back foot. They have 4 villages left. None of them with over 50 pop. None of them with over 50 population. And Water Nation looks to basically just try to steamroll them, it pretty much looks like. Water Nation going from Yovo, and that looks like that's going to be taken here too. So now, just 3 villages remain for Earth Nation. And now you got to start worrying. Did they make it 2? Oh, maybe not. Oh, they just cannot compete with the number of troops that Water Nation was going to bring. They held off Ahudo for a little bit. Ahudo was able to be held off, but they finally collapsed. 2 villages remain for Earth Nation. Make it 1. Liovo, their newest settlement from my understanding. And Water Nation is in there. We're going to slow it down. We're going to get in there and go check this out as this happens. But it does look like Earth Nation is about to be eliminated. And they are. So Earth Nation now eliminated. And look at this map. Water Nation pretty much control everything. Fire Nation pushed to just these outskirts, and by pushed I mean this is where they've been the entire game. They haven't gone out of here for whatever reason. They have not expanded. I do not know why. I am gonna add a little bit more land. I'm actually just gonna completely destroy the geography of this map because I want this to be a little bit interesting. You know, I want this to be a little bit neat, and right now there's nothing happening. for Fire Nation. And that's not fun. No one likes nobody doing anything for Fire Nation. So we're going to expand this and just hope eventually that they get there. We're also just going to connect these oceans a little bit. Make it a little bit easier to get to. Surely someone goes that way. But right now, Water Nation pretty much just has an uncontested hold on this entire planet. I mean, Fire Nation just looks like they're not gonna do anything, which is a massive bummer. But yeah, Water Nation, I mean, barring some revolts, which are possible, for sure are possible. The more cities you have, the more easy it is for your shit to get into revolution. So the fact that Water Nation is spread so large and has so many cities could result in a revolt, but I'm not banking on it. Also, I am gonna note this. If a revolt happens like here, right? We're gonna say this is air. We'll say like this is the Air Nation. If a revolt happens here, Air Nation comes back. If a revolt happens like here, this is Earth Nation. If it happens like anywhere, we'll just say, okay, one of those nations came back. It'll be the ones that are like closest to that territory. So like here, here, and here, Air Nation. Here, Earth Nation. So that way, like, you know, maybe they haven't been eliminated completely. But we are going to speed this up because 2x speed is going extremely slow. It looks like a new village was just founded, though. I wonder where that was, actually, for Fire Nation. Elsbin, I think is what that was. And they finally went to the new island. Finally. Holy shit. We're also going to expand this land because, I feel like I have... Like, there's a reason why they haven't gone here, and it's because there just isn't enough land. And that's weird to me. But, like, that's the only logic that I can think of that makes any goddamn sense. So, we're just gonna expand some stuff a little bit more here. Unaporu, yep, so now they've expanded here, and Fire Nation, finally, expanding out of their first starting island. Took them all game. I don't like that Water Nation just landed there, but they're not angry at one another yet. Oh, shit. Oh, Water Nation's gonna have a bunch of revolts here, actually. Okay, I'm actually getting ready for this. I have the popcorn ready, ladies and gents. Because those numbers being negative, not great. Not good. That means that there's a very high chance of a revolt happening here, which would play massively into Fire Nation's favor. We've seen in my prior videos, we saw that when revolts happen, the underdog can quickly... Oh shit! Earth Nation's back! The underdog can quickly come back and become like the champ. So Earth Nation has just revolted against Water Nation. I mean, they have their capital. That's literally where they started. That is the most perfect place for Earth Nation. And they are already getting into conflict. And they take a village quickly to start. And now they're just pushing around. We're going to go into villages so that way we can see individual villages and see who's being conquered by who. Did another thing just pop up? That's Air Nation. Okay, cool. Everybody's back. So if you picked... Earth Nation or Air Nation and we're bummed out and got ready to click off the video, don't, because they're back, baby. Air Nation, big chillin' down here. Everything is popping off. Earth Nation, though, does look like they're about to be retaken over. Water Nation takes the capital back, and now they are split. They are fractured in two. They are trying to take UCRL, which would be a big get. And it looks like they do, so finally, they have a little bit of a hold here. But that looks like goddamn, these names. Utokyo is about to be taken back over by Water Nation, and it is. And it looks like, to me, Water Nation is about to just take over. But another revolt happened! Another revolt! I don't even know who you classify this as. Like, legit, I'm just gonna say this is like... this is nobody. This is a nobody. I'm not counting this as anybody, I guess. If they survive, I'll count them as someone. But, like, otherwise, no. Water Nation, though, looks like they're collapsing. I'm not gonna lie to you. Looks like they're collapsing. They just lost about almost 2/3 of their entire empire in, like, the span of a minute. Like, holy shit. That's what I love about Worldbox. It is so chaotic. They just lost another village. They're getting pushed back to where they started, which is not ideal here at all. I have no idea what to classify Holy Ogap at. Like, what the fuck? now it's pretty much just become an even map. Everybody pretty much has same pop besides Air Nation. Air Nation's kind of screwed. They have this one village all the way down here. But outside of that, they're pretty cooked. Water Nation, though, also not looking great, admittedly. They are pushing back against Earth, though. Earth Nation just lost, like, that big village that they took as a big gain, and they're losing land rapidly. Oh my god. If Water Nation clutches this, that will be fucking insane. But it looks like they're going to get taken over by the Holy Ogap. Like, they are just... I say steamrolling, but, like, are they? No, like, is this a steamrolling? I don't know. What I do know is Fire Nation is massively benefiting by doing fuck all. Like, legitimately, they're not doing anything, and I think that's the right call, because they're not getting attacked by anybody, and they're not, like, risking losing shit. I mean, Water Nation's still trying to take back their land that they lost. Normally, by this point, I feel they peace out, but they just haven't. They're just like, no, we're going back. We're not, like... You can't beat us. And you know what? I have a lot of respect for that. That's a very admirable trait out of Water Nation right there. But yeah, they are just going for it here. And there's another conflict here. This isn't like for control, but I do wonder. Okay, Water Nation hasn't peaced out with anybody. That's crazy. Normally by this point, they peace out to a degree. They're gonna lose Usiro. I don't think they should lose that. That's a really bad place to lose, but they just took back the fucking capital of like, this is insane. They are just, it is legitimately just a tug of war. They are in a 1v3 right now, and they are somehow surviving, like, pretty decently. Oh, but they might be cooked now. They lose this village, I think it's pretty much over, and it looks like they're going to. So yeah, they only have these, like, 4 villages left. I think that's really bad for them. Like, I know that's, like, no shit, Captain Obvious, but, like, I don't think they can easily recover from this. Because the thing is, none of these kingdoms are big enough to really see a revolt, especially, obviously, not Air Nation. They have one village. If I'm Water Nation, actually, I'm going after Air Nation first. Because at least then I can get, like, a base that's super far away and, like, just a pain in the ass to get to. Okay, they have peaced out with everybody, which is admittedly the right call. I'm also going to add more up here. Although I think this can be settled. I'm just going to add a little bit of land. Not much, just a little bit. Just enough to, like, make people want to go. I thought I saw another, like, revolt. I was going to be like, oh my god, who? They're going to have 2 more revolts. They actually might lose everything here, like, rapidly. This is fucking bad, actually. I don't know who to give Holy Ogap to. I don't know what to classify that as. Because it can't be Water Nation. It was a revolt from Water Nation. But it can't be Earth Nation because Earth Nation's already back. Oh, speaking of, Fire Nation, going to war with Holy Ogap and Earth Nation. That is a fucking ballsy move. We will be watching. That is insane, actually. Why would you do that? You're going to war with 2 countries that both have larger, or like, pretty, not larger, but near similar sized population. Like, this seems really unnecessarily risky. If Fire Nation was able to get Water Nation involved, right? Like, if this became a collaborative thing, this would be smart. But they haven't. This is a one-on-one. And, yeah, Fire Nation loses Wago, which is already a bad loss because they don't have that much. Ogap just took over this. I mean, this was a horrible decision by Fire Nation. I think they actually just signed their death wish. Wago got retaken by them, but now it's being taken over by Ogap again. Okay. Okay, wait, that's huge. Fire Nation just took over Post York, so that splits them in 2. That splits Earth Nation in 2. And now they retake Wago. They're trying to push for Ichowo, but that doesn't look like that. Oh, maybe that will go their way. No, I think losing Post York just guaranteed Ichowo. I don't know what the fuck. Echo-wo? Oh, well. That was horrible. Ow. Oh my god, my throat. Ow. But I think that just guaranteed that goes away. Oh, Akka getting taken over, maybe? By Ogap? Hello? Yep, okay, that's gone. So... yeah, why the fuck did Fire Nation do that? Is now the new question that's on everyone's mind. Because they just cooked themselves. They're dead as shit. Earth Nation might die, though, too, which is also bad. Because then I have no idea what to do with Ogap. Again, this becomes an issue of what happens with Ogap. They were so close. That was at 98% on a Hutto. Fire Nation almost took a Hutto, and then just barely failed. Fire Nation's at 1 state, or village. They actually... blew themselves up. They had no reason to do this. I mean, why? Why did they do that? Okay, they finally gave up. After Ogap took over their entire kingdom. Legitimately. Okay, I was about to say, Air Nation and Fire Nation have to fight. One of those two needs to win. Out of those two. That's a really good war, because they both only have one village. So it's going to be a very fast war. Wait, did Water Nations go to war? They're at war with the... Fire Nation. I'm sorry, man. You're cooked, bro. Yeah, Fire Nation's dead as shit. They don't have a shot. There goes Fire Nation. Wait, oh, maybe not. Oh? There they go. There goes Fire Nation. Fire Nation has died. I don't think they're coming back. Maybe this is... If this country implodes... If, what's it called? Oh my god, what's the name of it again? Ogap? If Ogap implodes, I'll give that to Fire Nation again. They have 1,000 people? That's so bad. Like, that's so bad for the rest of the world. Ogap, which isn't even a fucking avatar world, or like nation, is just running through everybody. Holy shit. Oh my god, it happened. And it's right back where Fire Nation started. Fire Nation, they're back. They declared war on Holy Ogap. They're back. And now we go to Village Lair to see if anybody's being taken over. Not yet. Oh, Fire Nation might lose this to Ogap. Eastern Peninsula was taken by Ogap, but also Ogap did just lose like this little nub up here. I really think the world needs to unite against Ogap. Like, genuinely, that's a must. And I'm not just saying that because Ogap is not affiliated with Avatar. I'm just saying that because this is, like, insane. The level of power they have. Ogap just took back Unaporo. You really just kind of have to hope that, like, it basically happens to what happened to Water Nation, where enough of their cities just explode at once, that it kills them. But, like, it looks like they have a really good control over it, actually. I say as now 2 of their cities are back in the negatives. They were both positive at first when I first checked. Ooh, Fire Nation, are they going to hold? Maybe. Maybe not. It looks like they're holding. 5%, and that's standing. Here's the issue. Ogap can just drop more troops, right? Like, they can just keep putting in more guys. They have borderline, like, comparatively, like, practically infinite. They have 9 times the guys. Oh, shit. There's another one. So, Ogap, I don't know who we count this as either. This would also be a water nation up here. But, like, you can't have 2 water nations, right? You can't have 2. Unless I rename this one South Water Nation and Northern. Which are real in the anime, I believe. Like, those are 2 different tribes. This is dumb. This video is never gonna end. At a certain point, I will turn off Revolts because, like, at a certain point, it just becomes, like, this too much. But I do like the chaos of this right now. But the South Water Nation went to war with Fire Nation, it looked like. And then they died because Ogap murdered them. And now no one's at war with anybody because North Water Nation peaced out with Ogap. So we're in the same fucking boat we were just a minute ago. Where nobody is at war with anybody. Which is actually bad. Because Ogap, which again is not affiliated with any thing in Avatar, is just owning the fucking planet. What was that alliance? Okay, so 2 fringe groups. That's actually a good alliance. They need that. They need each other. Oh, shit. Well, Fire Nation's back. I think after this I'm turning off that, though. Because, like, this has been too many implosions. I think... Is it fair to wait for Ogap to die before doing that? Maybe not. Am I going to? Absolutely. We're also just going to make everybody want to kill Ogap really quick. Just so we can get rid of Ogap, actually. I hit them with the good old spite. So everybody hates them and I declared war. Because I don't like Ogap just owning the fucking world. Also, we are going to turn off Revolts right now. That way no more Revolts happen. Ogap's so close to dying. I think, oh my god, I almost just did close. I think they're down to like 2 villages, 3 villages actually. 3 villages remain for Ogap. Please murder them. Water Nation takes over Fuwa. Everybody, we're so back. This map is chaos though. You have Air Nation down here. You have North Water Nation. You have South Water Nation. You have Fire Nation, which is trying to murder Ogap, which looks like that's about to happen. It does. So now we are back to the original, well, I guess 5 now because we have a North Water Nation, which I don't think will last long. What do I know? Also, if no conflicts happen within like the next like 2 minutes, oh, speaking of which, that would have been dumb of me. Earth Nation and South Water Nation now at war. We are turning this back to war speed. That's a big conflict. Like, winner of that conflict pretty much is gonna own the world. Oh shit, wait, they're at war with 2 countries because of that. Yeah, they're at war with the Fire Nation and the Earth Nation. Oh no. I didn't realize that. I forgot that there was an ally here. I think they made that very recently. I mean, good initial gains, but Fire Nation quickly trying to take this over. They are gonna take Asenia? I don't know. Earth Nation takes over the OVO. Water Nation takes over Post-York, but that's quickly being taken back over by Earth Nation. It is. So that was pretty much pointless. Huh. I mean, South Water Nation is basically just trading punches here. If you're Water Nation, you have to take Asena. Asena? You have to take Asena. In my opinion. That has to be like your big priority. Oh, I didn't even notice. Hio just almost got taken over by Earth Nation. They didn't, but it was close. That could have been pretty much game over right there. For South Water Nation. Fua. Oh shit, they held on. Emson, that's gone, right? No! Wow, the South Water Nation is just like barely holding on to these territories. They are going to take... Oh my god. Oh my god. Are they... Okay, they do take Cork. I thought they were going to get held at the last 1%. That was going to be crazy if they did. That's big, though. I mean, they just broke up that land in half. Does not matter, though. Earth Nation immediately took it over. Okay, everybody just peaced out. Fire Nation, though, noticeably weaker than they were. Earth Nation, noticeably stronger than they were. Once this video hit, by the way, so we're at 50 minutes recording time. Once this video hits an hour recording time, I'm just having them all declare war on each other and just seeing who comes out, making it a true battle royale. I enjoy the diplomacy, though. It is fun. Oh, shit. Okay. Earth Nation back at war with South Water Nation. This time Fire Nation isn't involved. They broke apart that treaty. I would assume Earth Nation wins here, right? Like, logically they should. But we shall see. We are zooming out quickly just so we can see, you know, these conflicts go. Asena is going to be taken over, it looks like, by South Water Nation. That's a big first gain. Immediate gain. That was huge. Yadama gets held back in Liovo. Now being taken over by Water Nation. Water Nation does take that. Looks like they're going to try and take over Yugovo. They did just drop off some troops. They're getting more reinforcements here too. That would be really bad. If Water Nation loses their capital, that would be horrible. But Cork going... Oh my god. What? Why does this say it's going red? Okay, whatever. Ignore that. I don't think that's the case. It's not going red. It might be going green, but I thought it was going by the Fire Nation. That's not true. It's going... Wait, what the fuck? Yes, it is. What? They're not at war. Why the fuck did that go red? Why did that go to the Fire Nation? What the hell? Wait, whoa, what? That was weird. Okay. Uh-oh. Yeah. If that goes to green, that's bad. That's really bad. Because now their capital is just pretty much easily under siege here. And they are sending in a big fleet to protect it. Yusiro looks like that's going to the Water Nation. That's huge. A big gain, but Yidama might be getting taken over. It is by Earth. So again, it's just a punch, like, it's a boxing match right now. They're just trading blows. Earth did just lose their king, though. Important to know. But also, Water Nation just lost basically all their territory. This territory that was theirs, gone. Just got it wiped off the map. That is really bad. Heiao kind of fucked them, because they had to move troops from, like, you know, right around here, where they were making big gains, back to their capital to protect Yugovo, because Heiao got taken. And now it's like everything's falling apart. Like, rapidly falling apart. And now Fire Nation took... Okay, Fire Nation now is actually at water with South Water Nation. That is horrible. They are fucking dead. Water Nation's dead. There's no shot. If they survive this, it has to be by the diplomacy, because they're not winning this naturally. So they did peace out with Earth. So it's now just Fire Nation versus Water Nation. Water beats fire if Pokemon matchups are to be believed. As if, you know, you can just pour water on fire and test that yourself. The Pokemon matchups are why. Interesting conflict. We have 5 minutes, by the way, of recording time before I just have everybody declare war on everybody and, like, just keep wars going until we have a winner. So we'll see. Like, what the fuck's happening now? Oh my god, Earth Nation is back at war with the South Water Nation. They are so cooked. There's no way. There's no way they survive this. Okay, Ahado is gone. Dead. Uticlo. Also, looks like they might lose their capital, Ugovo. But Uticlo, also gone. Or Utokio, whatever. Ugovo, gone. Barring the last minute change, gone. They have 3 villages. Miovo. Gone. Fire Nation controls that. Leovo may also be gone. It is Usiro, last bastion of the South Water Nation before they get eliminated permanently. Do they have a chance? The survey says. Please someone invade so I can do like the Steve Harvey. No! But I can't yet, so I'm waiting. Okay, there we go. Does South Water Nation have a chance? Survey says no. South Water Nation has been destroyed. 4 nations remain. Earth Nation, Fire Nation, North Water Nation, and Air Nation. I love how some of the, like the Air Nation, Earth Nation, and Fire Nation all make color sense. And had South Water Nation survived and North Water Nation died, all these would have made sense. But, yeah, no, North Water Nation's purple, and that's not the color of water last time I checked. Okay, with that being said, now that we just have this, let's just have everybody declare war on everybody. You know, why not? Everybody's at war with everybody immediately. Fire Nation was way too fucking prepared for that. Because why did they already have guys in Ekowo? Like, I thought they were actually going to take it instantly. Holy shit. Okay. We're going to slow down game a little bit. Let me slow down game time to like 3 because this is going to go fast. I fully believe this is going to go fast. Especially for these two. Earth Nation takes over Miovo. It looks like Earth Nation's going to win. It really looks like the Earth Nation's going to win here. They, like, barring an absolute fucking miracle, they should win. There's no revolts. That's not a saving grace here like it was in the earlier videos. Also, I forgot to mention this. North Water Nation just died. So, yeah, Water is 100% not winning. Fire Nation just took over Miovo, but they did lose Wago. Air Nation just died. So now it's Earth Nation and Fire Nation. Who's going to win? I'm going to obviously say Earth Nation. They have such a big pop diff. And land. But, you know, crazier things have happened. Except in this circumstance. Because they are just steamrolling Fire Nation right now. Holy fucking shit. Oh my god, they almost took Fuwa. That actually would have been a really big gain. But they didn't. Okay. They keep trying to take Agka. And I think they're slowly whittling away at it. And they are. It looks like they're going to get it. 2 villages remain. Fire Nation on the brink of collapse. On the brink of game over. Trying to launch one last offensive, it looks like, here to Fuwa, and maybe a little bit here to like, Miovo or something. You can see that ship working around the east. They do drop some guys off in Utokio? Utokio. I always fuck that name up. I just don't think it's enough. Fuwa still trying to be captured. I think they need to get, if they're gonna take anything, they need to get more guys there, but then they leave their bases undefended by doing so. They're trying, though. You can see these boats coming. They are giving an honest effort. They don't want it to end here. They don't want their kingdom to fall. They did take Fuwa. That's huge. Like, legitimately, that's a big gain. If you could take a city, like, even like a Hutto, or a southern, like, city, like Hiao, if you could take just anything like that, where they have to split their armies a bit more, that helps you. Because, like, taking these neighboring villages doesn't do that much for Fire Nation. They need to take the ones that are far away. Fuwa gets taken back over, and they're back to 2, and it looks like they might lose their capital here, too. They're dropping a bunch of troops up here, Earth Nation. And, yeah, you can just see, like, that green funneling in. Just a bunch of green here. Just a bunch of green, taking over Mipova. And it looks like they're going to lose their capital. It looks like they're going to be down to 1 village remaining, and they are. Ebsen. And that's the game. Earth Nation has won the Avatar Battle Royale. They took over the world. They went from being eliminated to getting a revolt to go their way to being back. That is why we have revolts on an early game, because it allows these civs that died out early to come back and have a shot at redemption. We've seen it happen before in other videos, and here it is showing itself again. So massive credit to Earth Nation, to everybody that picked Earth Nation in the comments at the start of this video. Give yourself a pat on the back, a little nice pat on the back, and yeah, just very good matchup. And yeah, I do wonder how it would have shaped out, you know, how we kept Revolts on, but honestly, I never think that the video would have ended. Like, I don't think the video would have ended had we kept Revolts on. So, with that being said, congrats Earth Nation. You guys are the victors. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hold on, actually, let me switch it to my webcam. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure you smash that like button and hit the subscribe button as well. Also, hit the notification bell so you're notified of when I upload. And yeah, I hope to see you guys back here. I plan to upload either weekly or bi-weekly. I'm not sure what the case is exactly right now, just because I have 2 channels that I'm running. But do subscribe, and yeah, just keep an eye out for new uploads. I can guarantee 2 a month at minimum. And yeah, thank you guys so much. Hope you guys have a fantastic day or night, whatever it is when you're watching this. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everybody.